Have you ever noticed how you can face heartbreak, failure, deadlines, drama, responsibilities, but the moment you're bored for 10 seconds, your brain screams, do something, anything, check your phone, refresh something. It's wild. We can survive complicated emotions, painful moments, tough situations, but boredom? Boredom feels like psychological torture. But why? Why does your brain fear boredom so much? Why does sitting still feel scarier than doing something pointless? Let's break it down. And trust me, it's way deeper than I'm just not a patient person. First, here's the truth no one tells you. Your brain is not afraid of boredom. Your brain is afraid of what boredom reveals. See, boredom isn't empty. Boredom is a mirror. The moment everything gets quiet, your thoughts get loud. And your brain goes, oh no. Feelings? Oh no. Self-reflection? Oh no. Unresolved life problems knocking at the door. So instead of dealing with that mess, it throws you into distraction mode. That's why the boredom panic is so instant. Here's another reason boredom feels threatening. Your brain is wired to seek stimulation. Back in ancient times, boredom was actually dangerous. If you sat still doing nothing, you starved. If you weren't alert, you were eaten by something furry, fast, or poisonous. If you didn't look for opportunities, you missed food, shelter, survival. Your brain evolved with one mission: stay active or die. So even though you're not living in a jungle anymore, your brain still reacts like the tiger is coming if you're not scrolling every 2 minutes. And then there's dopamine. Dopamine isn't happiness. It's excitement, anticipation, the thrill of something is happening. Modern life gives you dopamine on tap. New notifications, new videos, new reels, new updates, new drama, new memes, new everything. Your brain gets used to constant stimulation like it's a lifestyle. So when you stop, even for a moment, your dopamine crashes. Your brain feels withdrawal. And suddenly, boredom feels painful. Not because nothing is happening, but because your brain is used to too much happening. It's like going from a roller coaster to a chair. Of course your brain goes, hello, where's the chaos? Where's the entertainment? Why are we sitting still like an NPC? But here's the deeper part, the part most people never realize. Boredom triggers self-awareness. When you're bored, your mind finally has space to think. But for many people, silence is uncomfortable because you start noticing the thoughts you've been avoiding. You start remembering things you haven't healed from. You start questioning whether you're happy. You start thinking about goals you haven't chased. You start evaluating your life. Your brain doesn't want that, not because it's bad, but because reflection takes energy, effort, honesty, and emotional courage. Distraction is easier, always easier. So your brain chooses scrolling over self-awareness, instant happiness over long-term clarity. Now here's the funny part. Even kids fear boredom. Have you ever seen a child sit still in a room with nothing to do? It takes them 12 seconds to completely lose hope in humanity. But it's not their fault. It's biology. Humans are built to explore, learn, create, move, interact. Our brains crave engagement. But modern boredom isn't real boredom. It's overstimulated boredom. Your mind isn't bored because nothing is happening. It's bored because nothing is happening fast enough. That's why watching a slow movie feels painful, why reading feels hard, why being alone with your thoughts feels like a punishment. You didn't lose your attention span. It simply drowned under too much stimulation. So here's the big question. Is boredom bad? Or is it actually good for you? Here's the twist. Boredom is one of your brain's most powerful reset buttons. When you're bored, you become imaginative. Your mind wanders. You form new ideas. You notice details. You connect dots. You reflect on life. You get creative in ways distraction never allows. Some of the best ideas in history came from boredom. Walking, staring out a window, doing absolutely nothing. Because when your brain slows down, it finally has space to think deeply. Boredom isn't the enemy, it's the beginning of creativity. It's the birthplace of insight. It's the space where your brain reorganizes itself. But we avoid it because the first few seconds feel uncomfortable. It's like diving into a cold pool. The shock scares you, but once you're in, it feels amazing. Now, imagine this. What if the thing you're scared of, silence, stillness, nothingness, is actually the thing your brain desperately needs? Because in the quiet, you finally hear yourself. And that's what your brain truly fears. Not boredom, but the thoughts buried beneath it, the dreams you've ignored, the feelings you haven't faced, the goals you've postponed, the truths you don't say out loud. Boredom is the doorway to self-discovery, but our brain tries to slam it shut with distractions. So the next time you feel that urgent need to escape boredom, instead of grabbing your phone like a reflex, pause for just a moment. Let your mind breathe. Let your thoughts wander. Let your brain detox from noise. You might be surprised by what rises to the surface. Clarity, creativity, motivation, insight, maybe even peace. Your brain doesn't fear boredom. It fears meeting the version of you that finally has time to think. And maybe